Hey guys, today is the day that Joey is going to be taking back his Black Diamond Stingray pup. I temporarily housed it here in my system while he came up with a plan to get a tank for it to grow out in, which he now has ready for him, and I think he enjoyed his stay here, but I am looking forward to having this tank back available to set up for my angelfish and whatever else I might end up adding to it. I kind of want to do a community tank with the angels. The stingray is not the only thing that Joey's going to be taking. He's also going to be taking, not these guys, don't worry. These guys. These three Acara, the little trio we have that were stuck hiding behind the background in this tank with the other electric blue Acara. Because these two, as you probably know, are mommy and daddy to all their little baby fry. And they just bullied and bullied and bullied the other three to stay behind the background and away from their babies. So, Joey suggested I rescue them from behind the background, which I did one day rather easily. I was surprised. Never even thought to film it because I thought it was going to be just hours of me failing to catch them. But I caught them relatively easily, and they are waiting to go to their new home out in the aquarium gallery with Joey. He'll be coming down shortly to collect them.
The 16-foot long tank could use a tremendous amount of these guys. I think they'll survive, I think they'll do well, and I think they'll create their own little environment within the 16-foot. With that said, we can't take the fry. So what do you got for me, Tamara?
These guys.
Thank you. I will allow you to add them to the tank.
Was it that he wanted them rescued, or was it that he wanted them for himself?
Fact of the matter is simple. A breeding pair forced them behind the background, and I never silicone the backgrounds in because, well, the internet says most of my tanks only last 3 weeks, and for sometimes they're right. But I put it in relatively snug. But these guys, this pair of absolutely stunning electric blue Acaras, and you can understand why they get the name electric, forced them behind the background. These fish were clearly not getting as much food. I wouldn't say they were starving, but they could be a lot bigger in comparison to their tank mates. If you asked me, though, it was kind of perfect. You had 5, 2 males, 3 females. You've got a male and a female breeding pair there, and I think you have a male and 2 females over here. With moving them to this tank and putting them in the braid tank, you can't have a bunch of electric blue Acara fish tanks. But what you can do is continue to breed these guys, grow them out, and give them to me. I have a 16-foot long aquarium that is doing great, but we need something more robust. The tetras are doing okay. Suspiciously, around 8 of them disappeared. Was it because they were too small? Was it because they just died off? Was it the flow? Was it... We're missing around 6 to 8, or I'm not seeing them. They're tetras. Do I add in more tetras and take more risks? The gourami are doing fine. That was the point. If I add in tiny little tetras, which is the size most tetras come in at, we risk them getting eaten again. But more robust fish, like for example, the pearl gouramis that we added out there, which I believe there's 5 or 6 of them, they're doing fine. So I think, in my opinion, we should continue to add in something a little bit more robust. Not because of the ultims, they'll get bigger in time, but because of the Geophagus savannis. I think maybe they picked off a few tetras. It's not their tendency, but it can happen. It's a trapped environment. So with Tamara having these 3 extra Acaras, the fact that I think that they are a trio, 1 male, 2 females, I say heck. Can I have them, please? So maybe this will happen?
You may have them.
So now we're left with scooping them up, putting them in the tank. We do not have to do any sort of quarantine, simply due to the fact that this water is identical to the water outside. The temperature is the same as well. They've been quarantined for what, 8 months, as you said?
Mm-hmm.
We're good. Plus, I trust. Well, this is technically an extension of my fish room, unless something goes wrong, and then it's your. That's what you did.
Fun fact: I actually traded these guys all from Ick a long time ago, and never even got to tell the story about it because I was quite literally so stressed out that I was like, thought my world was ending.
What you also have to mention is you did it from Canada, and we don't have fish medications, so you did it the old way: higher temperatures and salt.
And it was after I quarantined them, and
everybody jumps
thought
to
they were
medications.
quarantined for long enough. But yeah, well, little side story there, guys. Look at all these little babies.
You're definitely gonna have to top off your sump, because I'm gonna take a little bit of water, not a lot, a little bit of water. Just keep them wet, and 2-3 inches, which is technically a lot. And then I'm gonna scoop them, hopefully all at once, so I don't break the pair bond. I'm going to break it.
No, they are gonna do the thing where they flip out.
Now, if
really,
they flip out
really...
the 16 foot, they're gonna have a very hard time doing so. 16 feet of aquarium for these guys.
They really hate being caught.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. The biggest thing is adding them to the tank in the same spot all at the same time.
They're really fast. I don't know how I caught them from the background so easily. Probably because it was such a small space. One of them did get in the front, and I had to figure out who was the imposter.
Well, when I told you to do it, I thought it was Mission Impossible. But when you said, okay, I got them, I thought, did you get the right ones? But now that I'm seeing them in person, you clearly have. What are you doing with this tank after the fact?
I want to make it into a community tank, I think.
Oh, yeah.
With the angelfish. Oh, the sponge is just there so they wouldn't go down into the sump.
So when we add them, we'll just dump the whole bucket in. We won't net them again.
And I hope you want them in your tank forever, because I don't think you'll ever catch them out of a 16-foot tank.
I'll give it 3 weeks.
Happy family!
They're like so in love. Wish I was. Okay, so I think you should add them over on this side. Right there is the least trafficked. Don't pour them on top of the lid. Pour the whole bucket in there.
Okay.
Add them in.
Adding the fish. Here we go, guys. I feel like it's such a high...
Oh, great. Here comes the army. Nope, they're scared.
Look, that one's like going right in. It's like, I'm a geophagus.
I'm a geophagus. My name is
They're a pair now,
Ronald.
and that one is a pair with the other.
Yeah, they're gonna breed. Look at the size of them in here. Oh yeah, that's definitely a male. Look at his, they get a bit of a nuchal hump. Not incredible, but hopefully they stay together. And that's the purpose of dumping them all in at the same time, is to ensure that they continue their pair bonding that they've already had. We'll see where this goes long term. Hopefully we don't find anybody not with us in the next couple of days. However, I gotta travel. I gotta go to Toronto. So I guess
you're getting
Tamara's
left
gonna
behind.
check on everybody. What?
He's getting left behind.
The girls are over there, bro. I think this is a wonderful addition to the 16-foot.
Woo!
Keep adding more and more
This
fish
tank
to it.
seems empty because everyone else is over here. Oh, there's a gourami over here.
There's more gouramis over here and there's tetras. But the geophagus are kind of like the bus, and then the ultims are kind of like their students or passengers. Wherever the geophagus go, the ultims go. So if they come to the front, they come to the front. They go over there, they go over there. Ultims find security in numbers, and that's why they're striped. Not for the same reason zebras are striped, but ultims and fish are colored and patterned in ways to protect and or warn. Unless you're the Picasso triggerfish in the saltwater hobby. Literally nobody knows why you look the way you look.
But we like it. Picasso.
Picasso.
They have their new little spot here by this wood.
The goal with this tank is simple. Create something that's fun to look at no matter where you are in the aquarium. And unfortunately at this point, it's only fun to look at where the fish are at. But they all stick together in like what, a foot by foot by foot section and area. But if we can just kind of like create all of these areas, you know what it needs?
What?
LO46s.
What's that?
LO46?
Are those plecos?
Ask your fans. Should I get a trio of them? We'll have to remortgage the house, but I'll do it.
So, if you're wondering where the 3 electric blue Acara that are not my breeding pair and not their fry, they're now in the 16-foot long aquarium in the aquarium gallery owned by my husband, and no longer trapped and being bullied behind the background. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet already so you don't miss whatever we end up doing, because you never know what you're going to end up doing on A Day with T. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!
They're
Everyone
mine
else?
now.